Hey everyone, let's dive into a story that's been making waves recently. Imagine being forced to choose between your job and your deeply held beliefs. That's exactly the dilemma Spencer Wimmer, a devout Christian from Wisconsin, faced. Wimmer, who had been a supervisor at Generac Power Systems for 5 years, was fired on April 2, 2025. The reason? He refused to use an individual's preferred pronouns, citing his religious beliefs that there are only two genders. Now, he's appealing to the Trump administration for intervention, and he's filed a religious discrimination complaint with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission through the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, also known as WIL. So, let's break this down. Wimmer's stance comes from his deeply held biblical religious belief that gender is binary and immutable. He claimed that he was left with a heart-wrenching choice, his job or his faith. When he sought a religious accommodation, Generac's HR told him his request did not make any sense. They even noted in his disciplinary action that his refusal violated their code of business conduct and no harassment policy. It's important to understand that Wimmer's firing isn't just a personal blow, it's a legal battleground. WIL argues that Generac violated Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits employment discrimination based on religion. They're banking on the 2023 Supreme Court precedent set in, which involves conflicts between an employer's gender affirmation policy and an employee's religious beliefs. Wimmer described himself as a model employee with positive reviews and promotions. He even had a good working relationship with a transgender colleague in the past. However, after clarifying his stance on pronouns with HR, he felt targeted and bullied for his beliefs before his eventual termination. On his last day, he was escorted out of the building and wasn't allowed to collect his personal belongings. That's a tough pill to swallow. In his own words, Wimmer called the experience heartbreaking and very emotional. He said, "I was asked to choose between my livelihood and my love for God and my beliefs." He firmly believes that there could have been a way for compromise, but he feels that certain structures and organizations won't allow it. This case has attracted attention from the Trump administration, which has been vocal about rolling back DEI and gender ideology requirements. Andrea Lucas, acting chair of the EEOC under Trump, has vowed to prioritize rooting out such practices in the workplace. Generac, on the other hand, has kept mum about the whole situation, stating, "We do not comment on employment matters nor comment on pending litigation." WIL attorney Kara Tolliver emphasizes that Title VII protections against religious discrimination remain intact and that such discrimination is illegal. She argues that even where there are protections for gender identity, they don't override protections against religious discrimination. So, what do you think? Is this a case of religious freedom being trampled, or is it about maintaining a respectful and inclusive workplace? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the discussion going. This is a case that could set a significant precedent for religious and workplace rights moving forward. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates. Stay informed, everyone. Catch you in the next one.